Hi all and welcome. This is Tips and Tricks by Dragoon for PvP based entrances. This is for the very early game before you get forges. This doesn't cover everything. For everything on how to start a new game, I'm linking in the description to Cage and Game Age and Game for Kicks. They've got some awesome tutorials back there. Today I'm going to cover the three basic ways of covering your base in early game. The first one is basic ground cover. As you can see here, I'm logging into my creative server. I'm going to show you guys quickly how to do a basic ground cover. Sorry for the graphics, my rig's struggling to do the recording and gameplay at the same time. This is my creative world, and I did the basics for you guys just to give you a quick how-to tutorial. So as you can see, walking up to the location on my compass at the top where I got it marked down, you cannot see the difference in ground. Once you look at it here, there's no difference. If you run across the ground, it looks like nothing. So this trick here is not direct object, so I've got it marked out, 2 to the left, 1 down, and the next one over is my entrance. It's just to make it easy for you to find the direct entrance point to your base. So once you've dug it out, you'll see that my basic setup of all my bases for early game is bedroll, campfire, few chests for spam crafting. It doesn't take long to create, about 2 hours in game if your normal time in game is 50 minutes per daylight. And to get out on ground cover entrances, you always have to dig up and 1 or 2 to the left so your character can jump out, since he's 1 block high. Covering it up, you use the soil that you dig out. I'll show you guys now. There we go, got out. So if you take the soil that you dug out and you click on it and you click recept, you'll see that you'll be able to craft all your basic soil types. So in this case, we're using the forest floor, and by covering it up, it takes about 30 minutes in game to get the color back, the green for the grass. And once it's grown back, there's no way to know the difference between normal ground and covered up ground, and it'll keep your chests and stuff safe under there. The second one I'm going to jump to is the underwater entrance. This one is so hard to see that I had to place a block of sod on the ground, because it's hard for even the player itself to find your entrance to your base. It's really good and hidden. So as you can see here on the ground behind me, I've placed a piece of sod. It's difficult to see. And once you found the piece of sod, I aim directly for the water. And once I get to the edge of the water, I've made 2 markers. I've got the edge of the water line and a rock, and directly in between the two, if I aim down, I've placed a block of sod so I can find my entrance to my base. So what makes sod nice is it covers it up, so even if you're far away and searching for base or underwater entrances, looking at it from the side, there's no way for you to know that there's an entrance there other than hovering over it and seeing the piece of sod. So same entrance, 1 block wide, going in directly, but the benefit of doing underwater is you don't need to dig out to the side. You can just swim up and out of the water. If you go down here, this one's a little bit fancy. It's for 2 to 3 days. Also spam craft boxes, bedroll, campfire, the basic needs covered. This will only last you until you have a forge. Once you've got a forge, you have to start going all out, getting the concrete ready, start concreting up your base. Otherwise you will get raided. You'll see here, sod requires only soil and pieces of grass, and then you can get it covered back up quickly. You'll see the sod sinks down 1 block as soon as you cover the hole like that. Perfect. And then you just rightly can place it in place. As long as you're 1 block away from the side of the water edge, it will never disappear. But if you dig too close to the side of the water edge, you'll see it disappear. So this is the third and the last technique I'll show you guys quickly, and then I'll just show you the same first technique in 2 different biomes again. Oh crap, hold on, let me dig this out quickly. So the third technique I'm going to show you guys quickly is the center Roch Technique. This one I've seen used only once in my entire PvP sessions. When you run around the rock, you can't see anything. In the middle of the rock, dig down the hole. Also easier to get in, easier to get out. Doesn't take any time to cover it up. It's got my chests and my basic setup that I usually do. And you'll see running around the rock. If you're a player passing by, there's no way you'll know there's anything on top there unless you're the player. If you go up from the top, even if you would fly by like a hacker, it's really difficult to see. If you fly underground, unfortunately, anything underground sticks out like a sore eye. Cool. Doing basic ground cover technique in snow works exactly the same. This time I'm using a different technique. This one is point-to-point object technique. It basically means you've got two objects that you align and you dig close to the one, so it doesn't require you to know exactly what it is. It's also, you won't be able to see the difference after you've covered up with snow. So this is the one object, the other objects are the tree trunk. Walking directly up to it, the object right in front of it is my entrance to my base. There you go. And works exactly the same as the other two. You take the snowballs, and the snowballs allows you to craft the snow, and from snow you can place cover again. Unlike the grass, the snow is immediately exactly the same color as the other snow around it. So once you've covered it, it's instantly covered. There's no way for anyone to know that that's your entrance to your base. The entrance is not always a base entrance. You can also use this technique to hide backup loot stashes, extra gear. In case your base does get raided, you won't be stuck in the water with no arrows or axes. The last one I'll be covering today is just the same as the first base cover technique. This one is just in the forest. I'm lying, inside the desert. Inside the desert, you get the ground, which can craft sand. I'm using again two object technique here between the cactus and the rock, and our entrance to our base is covered up with the sand. Again, not like the grass. In the desert, as soon as you place down the dirt, it's covered. It looks exactly the same. There's no way to know the difference. I like digging in the desert since it's very easy to dig out early game. We don't have any skills. It doesn't take a lot of rock breaking and axe grinding to get through it. Again, all of this stuff craftable from day one. You don't need anything special. Remember, when you're digging out in dirt, you need one block to the side so you can hop out quickly. And covering it up instantly gives you the same color. There's no way to know that this is the entrance to a base or to a hidden chest. Thank you guys for paying attention. If there's any new tips or tricks that you'd like to share, drop them in the comments, and I'll see if I can make another video soon. Enjoy. Oh, look at that. It's already coloring. There we go. Exactly 10 minutes in game. Grass is back to the way it's normal, and you will never know the difference. Bye.